So I'd like to thank everybody for showing up today, taking some time out of your workday to learn about this new product that we're offering. Wanted to introduce who's here today. We have Rick Berry. He is the President and CEO of ABC Processing, ABC MobilePay. Mark Ellen, who is also the Vice President of ABC Processing. And then the person who's going to be going over most of the details of this product is Joel Vasquez, and he's the CEO and President of PayEnabler Corporation, who developed this e-mobile point-of-sale system that we're going to be going over. And basically, Joel, Mark, and Rick, they joined forces to bring this advanced mobile point-of-sale to businesses, and it's not like anything I've seen out there in the marketplace, and I've done a lot of research so far. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Rick, and these guys are going to get you guys all pumped up about this new product we're going to be offering.
Thank you, Wanda. My name is Rick Berry. I am the President and CEO of ABC MobilePay, and I've got Mark Ellen, my partner, here on the line in the other room. I'm in California, Los Angeles area, about 30 miles north of LA. And we've got beautiful overcast weather with a light sprinkle. It's about 65 degrees. It's a light breeze, and it's gorgeous. And the fish are biting. In fact, they're jumping in the boat. We really are excited. We got Joel Vasquez, the President and CEO, out in Puerto Rico. Good morning, Joel.
Good morning to everybody.
Yes, and I want to welcome everybody on board, and I want to thank Wanda for the opportunity to speak with everybody and share with you guys what we're doing, and I want to thank you, all of you, for being on the call. So, and I want everybody to know that this opportunity is available to a select few at this level. Okay, this is something. Mark and I just got back from the ETA show, which is the Electronic Transaction Association, which is a convention, a yearly convention. This year it was in San Diego. Every other year it's in Las Vegas. And it was about half again as big as it was last year. I was really impressed. And there was the talk of the town, the drumbeat, if you will, was all about mobile. And there's 5 or 6 competing applications, most of which are just credit card swiping applications. But I've been monitoring the pulse of the payment industry, mobile in particular, and a few niche industries where we have a very, very low attrition rate. Just so you guys know, I understand most of you on the call are in the business services and cash advance arena. You may or may not be familiar with credit card processing and merchant services. And just in a nutshell, what we do, we've got ours. Mark and I started this way. A lot of you may have started this way, out of the trunk of our car, in the spare bedroom with the cat box and the computer, right next to the garage. And here we are 5, 6 offices later. These are our corporate headquarters, and we're about 5 years into this project, and we're proud of what we've done and what we've accomplished. And it started with us in the trunk of our cars, and many of our reps across the country do the same thing. Some of them are working from their homes or home offices. Some are individuals. Some have reps underneath them and have built the sales force and what have you. So we've got a little bit of everybody concerned as far as what we're doing. And they go from merchant to merchant, offering to process their credit card transactions typically at a lower rate than what they're currently processing at. The merchant gets a monthly statement. We'll do a quick cost comparison and show them how much we can save them and sign them up. We've added a number of different benefits along the way that were designed to attract the merchant and lower attrition rate and keep them with us. This is a very competitive business. It's kind of, over the last few years, it's kind of degenerated into a price-based offering where typically we have what's called interchange, which is our cost, and anything we sell it over that is, of course, accounts for our residuals. Now, there's two ways that you guys get paid, or that our guys get paid. One way is when you go merchant to merchant, we're processing all their credit card transactions. You get a piece of that. You make a few pennies on every swipe. Okay, so you got a residual income that you've developed that you get paid every month on the previous month's volume from all of your merchants combined. Now, that'll take a while to get started, to get rolling. It starts obviously at zero. Then in a few months, it's a couple of $100 a month. And then in a year or so, it starts to become significant. It depends on the merchants that you add and their volume. Typically, just so you know, we're dealing with small and medium-sized merchants, the regular retail merchant in that market. They do about $13,000 a month on average, okay, in volume, in credit card transactions. And they'll do another $13,000 a month in cash or cash and checks. Based on that profile, I'll give you a for instance. I'm not going to ask Julio, I'm not going to ask any of the other reps. I've got 3 or 4 on this call, or supposed to be on this call. And I don't want to have this degenerate into a multi-level marketing rah-rah thing. So rather than have them speak, I'll just tell you. Julio he's an old family friend, and he was with Chase Bank for about 20-some years. He had a change of heart with the recession recently, got married, and needed a new industry and a way to become financially independent. He called me up about 1.5 years ago and said, Rick, I've done some research. Merchant services seems a good place to begin if I want to become financially independent. So to make a long story short, Julio signed up, and he's been with us now for about 1 year, and I just signed his monthly residual check. His check this month in about 1 year is $4,500, all right? Now, Mark Ellen has been doing this for about 3 years, and he's probably boarded, a couple hundred merchants, and his residual check this month is $31,000, okay? These are I'll say that again. He's got a check this month for last month's commissions on his residuals, $31,000. Whether he gets out of bed or not, that check comes every month. And because he continues to add merchants on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, that check continues to increase, okay? These are lifetime residuals as long as those merchants are processing with us. All right, so having said all that, I just want to give you an idea of the kind of money that can be made in residuals. That's why we do this. And I alluded earlier to it, the offering having in the past few years degenerated to a price-based offering where the competition is, there's a lot of competition. You've got reps new to the industry, don't really know what they're doing yet, and they believe it's the best price is what they need to do to get the deal. So it has devolved, as I say, down to an interchange plus offering where before we'd have $100,000, $200,000 a month the merchant would be doing in volume, and that would be enough to negotiate a better rate, maybe interchange plus 40 or 50 basis points. Well, in the last few years, as the competition has heated up, it's devolved into, interchange plus 10 basis points on a liquor store owner who's doing $1,500 a month. It's ridiculous. There's no residuals there for the rep who sold it, and that rep is gone in 3 months. He's out of the business down the road and in another industry doing something else. So what we've done is analyze which merchants have the lowest attrition rate, and those merchants are merchants where we provide value. We either do gift and loyalty cards or offer checks without risk or some other benefit such as that. And the big thing right now is mobile. And what we've come up with is a way to bridge the gap between mobile and the retail market to increase this opportunity. Most of these card swiping applications, the marketing is being focused on home-based businesses like plumbers, electricians, pesticide guys, limousine people, people who go to conventions, and they need that kind of mobile application where they can just do it right on their phone or wherever they are. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and they're done. They've got the payment swiped or processed, and they got the money in their bank the next day, and that's all they want when it's all said and done. So we've blended the two. We've bridged that gap. What we've developed, Joel will go into, Mark will go into here at length, are the mobile opportunity on an iPad, a mobile payment processing system on an iPad, that's the home base, and an iPod with a sled around it. It's a card swiping and infrared scan product device, which we'll show you here momentarily. I've got pictures which I'll bring up on my screen to show you guys here shortly as soon as I kick it over to Joel, and Joel gets going showing you guys the system. But I just wanted to briefly explain the idea of what we do, what our reps do going door to door, networking, phone canvassing, and I'm pretty sure most of you understand that concept now. This is a real strong referral business. You guys might want to network and develop rapport and relationships with CPAs, bookkeepers, accountants, website builders, website developers, hosting companies, banks for their merchant service turndowns. They have no place else to go. You could be the knight in shining, bright shining white armor. There's a few niches that we're developing with this technology that enables us to. It's because of this technology, because it's mobile. We developed a niche for medical practices, which lets us get, it simply said, I'm not going to dwell on this, but we've got some software we've developed that is a patient responsibility calculator. It calculates, depending on the patient's procedure and insurance company, what that patient's portion of the responsibility is and captures the payment right there at the point of service. This enables the practitioner to get a lot of money. They capture a lot of funds that they're currently missing out on, so much so, in fact, that we are able to process their credit card transactions for 150 basis points over interchange. Just so you get an idea of what that means, that's 5 times the current rate, which is about 30 basis points over interchange. So that means 5 times the residual income. So with that in mind, we see niches and markets that we can form like restaurants. That's a complete, I don't want to belabor the point, but I see such a market there. Everyone knows that, the traditional method of accepting card payments from restaurant customers is really poor at best. What a waiter, waitress, a server, what they've got to do is at least, they got to complete 7 very time-consuming payment steps that include presenting the checks to the customer, returning back to the table to accept that credit card for payment, leaving the table again with the customer's card, and that causes anxiety at the very least when, it goes out of the customer's sight, that card, with all the fraud that's going on and the skimming. And then they process the payment without the tip included. Then they got to return to the table, present the credit card receipt, wait for the customer to calculate the tip, add the total, sign the receipt. Then they got to come back, retrieve the signed receipt, then go back to the processing terminal to edit that transaction with the tip included. All right? We've got something that eliminates all that headache, heartache, fear, and hassle. You can complete the payments in a fraction of the time, enjoy a much greater measure of security and peace of mind by the customer not surrendering their cards, and those cards don't end up out of sight when making the payment. And that's huge. That really is huge. In any case, at this point, I'm just gonna say it's a real strong referral business. We're gonna go over the equipment, devices, and let you know that we have pre-approved leasing packages that you can offer your merchants, so you can make a nice commission without asking for any money down. You can make $100 more or something like that. I haven't gone over